Well, I'm very honored to be here, and I've formed a bond with Patrick Chambers, and he asked me to come over to this, and I couldn't be more honored to be here, and it's for a great cause. It hits close to home with myself because my mom's a two-time breast cancer survivor, so cancer hits close to home for me, and hopefully be here every single year.
Coach. He's great. I love that.
How's your golf game?
Not very good. I played twice this year, and it didn't look good. So we'll see what happens. Is it best ball or is it? Oh, thank God. Good. We don't have to play any of my shots.
Hey, everybody's wondering. You had mentioned about making a quarterback decision by the end of May. Have you made a decision?
Yeah. Matt McGloin will be our starting quarterback. We'll release somewhat of a depth chart probably on Tuesday morning. That'll fill you in on the rest of the depth. There won't be too many surprises there, I'm sure. But Matt McGloin will be our starting quarterback next year.
What separated him, Bill?
The most consistent guy throughout the spring, has good command of the offense at this point, and he's a tough kid. He's a competitive kid. He's showed good leadership qualities, and just felt like he's the number one quarterback.
So what's the importance of having a number one guy going into the preseason?
When you go into training camp, you got to make sure that that one guy is getting the bulk of the reps. You don't have time to give three guys equal reps, so that's number one. And then in the summertime, without the coaches being around, you have to have leaders on both sides of the ball, and Matt obviously being the quarterback is a leader on the offensive side of the ball, and we've got a number of guys on defense that lead too. So that's part of that goes into the decision-making process too. But mostly it's because you have to get one guy ready to play, and you can't get three guys ready to play, and it's really hard to get two ready to play. So you have to have a starter, and then you go from there.
What did you tell the other two
guys?
guys?
Mentally, just knowing that he's the guy going in. And
You'd have to ask him that. I think again, I have confidence in him. I have confidence in all of our guys. And he's the guy that played the most consistent through the spring, and he'll do a good job for us.
Bill, what do you tell the other two guys? Do they understand the decision? And
Oh yeah,
are they still on board with everything?
This is a decision that we made, and we don't tell anybody until we tell the players involved. So I'll keep those conversations between myself and those players, but each guy knows where they stand.
How do you feel about those two guys? Do you feel like they can still be effective?
I feel good about those two guys. I think that they have decent command of the offense, and they're competitive. They both have interesting qualities, and we'll see how they do in training camp. They won't get as many reps as they did in the spring, but we'll see how they do in training camp.
What's the deal with Drake? Is he gone for good?
Yeah, Drake's no longer on the Penn State football team.
Does he have a chance to work his
No.
way back?
Can you tell us why?
No.
How about Curtis Dukes?
Yeah, he's here. Yep.
Is he going to be good to go for the fall? Is he going to be eligible?
He's got to have a good summer, academically.
Is there a number two quarterback right now, or do we have to wait till?
Paul Jones is number two right now, and again, he's done some good things both on and off the field, and he'll be the number two quarterback going into training camp.
When was the quarterback decision actually made?
Just when I decided to make it.
There was some questions about Davon Smith.
Right.
Have you figured that situation out yet, or are you still?
As far as
with respect to the legal issue and also his
yeah,
health.
right. His health is doing better.
Okay.
He should be good to go for training camp. I'm going to let the legal process play out a little bit because, like I said, on the Caravan tour there, there's two sides to every story, and I stand behind Davon Smith. I think, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. But if I have to make a disciplined decision with Davon Smith, I'll keep it between Davon and I. But at this point, I'm going to let the legal process kind of play out there and see what happens.
What separated Paul Jones from Bolden for that number two spot?
He just had a consistent spring. I thought he got better throughout the spring. Every practice he got a little bit better. And I thought he did some decent things in the last two practices, the day before the spring game. And I thought he made some plays in the spring game. And so, over 15 practices, I thought he improved, and That's what
There's been a
separated
lot of
us.
speculation about Bolden. Is he going to leave? I know he's back here now, but what's his future?
He's here. He's on the football team, and he's here for the summer, and he's working out and going to class. So he's here.
With McGloin, you mentioned his consistency. What exactly was it that he did? So well?
Completion percentage, getting us in and out of the right plays, getting us into the right play, out of a bad play, knowledge of the offense, being prepared in meetings, cut down on his interceptions as spring ball went on, completed about between 65 and 70% of his passes in the spring, ran some of our situational stuff pretty well. You need me to keep going? Just did a very good job of being consistent.
What type of groundwork do you think your assistants laid this spring with their recruiting visits?
I think they laid a lot of groundwork. I think we've got a very strong recruiting staff. I think we're recruiting against some great programs, but we've got a bunch of guys here that understand the mission of Penn State, and they've laid the groundwork for what I think hopefully will be a good recruiting class.
Is it good to see those guys again? They've been on the road so long. Is it good to finally have everyone back here in State College?
Sure, yeah. We had a good long staff meeting yesterday, about a 5-hour job. They probably weren't too happy with me about that, but it was good to have them back. We got a good staff. There's a lot of good camaraderie on the staff, good senses of humor, and we communicate well. So it was good. It was good to see them back.
What do you guys do as a staff now? What are some of the focuses at this time of the year now that the evaluation period's over?
We have camps, so June 2nd, June 16th, the end of June, we have a bunch of camps. We got to finish our playbooks. We have to look at our schemes a little bit, see what's good, see what's not so good. We got to make sure we're ready for, at the very least, the first 2 games from a scouting report standpoint. So we got to have a big June. We got a lot of hours, man hours here. Won't be a lot of time on the golf course in June. We'll have to, except for this today, but we'll have to get on the golf course in July because we got a lot of work to do in June.
Let's do one more, guys.
Anybody other than Drake are not with you any longer?
Well, Oakman won't be here. Drake will no longer be here, and Evan Hales is medical. But he's on. He's here. He just won't play, and that's about it.